Hello guys, and welcome to a new Steel Division 2 video today by me, Vulcan. Today I have for you a 3 vs 3 on Lenina, and in this one I'm going to be playing with the 1st Skijäger. On my team I have Jagsource and Theoman222 who are using the 14th Infantry and 21st Panzer. On the Soviet side, our opponents are Geheugen van Dorn, Nightfright and Al-Balkan, who are going to be using the 2nd Armoured French, 2nd Guards Tank Corps, and 29th Tank Corps. So let's get some infantry down, since that's what the Skijäger is mainly good for. And they have a lot of infantry with MP44s, especially these Sturm Skijägers. They are very, very nice indeed with their 9 MP44s. So we're going to be using a lot of those. We have a big old town here to fight over today, which will probably be absolute rubble by the end of the battle, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Either way, I'm going to bring in some Skijäger on this road. We're going to push them into these trees. This is going to be pretty important for us to contest. Actually, I'm probably more likely to use a couple of pioneers there. The reason being is that this forest is going to be close range combat, so it would be more ideal for my pioneers to be there, whereas in the town it's going to be mid-range combat for the most part, because unless there's two buildings right next to each other, the range is usually just over 100 meters, as you can see here. So that way MP44s are absolute king. So hopefully the Skijäger will be pretty decent on this map. I've never played this map before actually, and that will be interesting as well. So I'll choose that building to go in, speaking of ideal, and probably going to do that one as well. In towns, I feel like if you want units to get any range, you put them in the buildings on the edge of the lines of houses. So any houses with like open space either side of them are good for your longer range infantry, and any units that you don't want to be found or are closer range infantry you put in like the ones with buildings either side, basically. Let's have the Ski Fusilier move in there. I'm going to have a normal Skijäger follow them up, although I'm going to put them in the building behind. So just to cover the open on that side, that's all good. Then I need some infantry for here, so we'll go for more Sturm Skijägers. Get that elite infantry into the town. That building that I just put them in is a little bit precarious because it might be able to be fired upon by units up on this hill, and that is not ideal whatsoever. But I will put them in probably here. That would be ideal. For that Sturm Skijäger. I'm a little bit concerned about the one on the left. Maybe I could put it in that one. That one looks better. So let's just change that quickly. Then I need the Ski Pioneer Führer to follow that up. And that's pretty much most of my infantry that I want early on, I think. I'm tempted to bring in some AT guns as well, especially up this road. There's like a really nice position just here, where you get like, is that not giving light cover? I don't think it does, no. Actually, maybe not a good idea. But maybe I could just put a cheap AT gun there. I might also bring in a couple of Panzerschrecks, so we'll do that quickly. Just to help us out against any tanks that might turn up. And I'm going to have to hurry this up, as we are running out of time. Just going to bring in a bunch of tanks to follow up, I think. So a couple T-34s there, a couple T-34s there, and they won't be too far behind what they normally would be, so that's all okay. I didn't give any orders to these guys, so we're going to bring them up and put them on the far right, and that's all good. We don't have much for the centre of the town, but what will happen is as I bring up more infantry, they can get into this road and then start walking across like so. As long as I control the junctions in this town, that's the main way that we're going to deal with things, I think. It's going to be very important that I line up this Pack 36 well, so I'm just going to come down to this level. We'll just go to here, please. Actually, let's just do an unload at position command. That's why. It makes a green line. They automatically unload when they get into position. And that will now hopefully point its way up the road. Though I can't see any enemy infantry, so I might just push for that. Might be a bit risky if something suddenly comes across, but Yeah, well we'll unload now. Because we'll probably try and shoot at those half-tracks now with our AT gun. Perfect. We did miss, unfortunately. It's okay. I'm going to have to be careful with the use of my Skijäger here, so I'm just going to do that so they work their way back. On this side, we can make a little bit more ground. I'm surprised how quickly my units got to the front. Oberblitz are pretty fast, I guess, but I think the main thing here was just that they were using half-tracks and I was using transport trucks, so it kind of gave us a little bit of advantage in terms of speed. I'm going to bring up a T-34 onto that road. I'm going to bring one onto this road as well. And I think the positioning of tanks in towns is very important. Just making sure that you have tanks in position where they can shoot up roads, basically. Like, that's the best place for them. They can utilize their range in the town. I might also bring in my own ME-109, just so that we can challenge that, and I'm also going to bring in my own anti-air at the start here. Right, these guys are in position, so let's just push them up into these trees, and then they can have the half-tracks also join me on the main roads. That's all good. Shit. Oh wow, we absolutely annihilated that plane. My ME-109 G6R4 has the extra cannons on the wings. It's got the, like, extra 30 mils. It's very strong, actually. Although I do need to be careful of that engagement. I am going to try and strafe that AT gun, but for now we'll just get into cover, get onto that road, and just ignore that AT gun for now. I might be able to get a decent strafing run here. We'll see how this goes. I realise I don't actually zoom in much when I'm playing live, so I'm going to try and do so more. But I'm going to let him get out of there because he's getting low on cannon and ammunition. But that's going to pin down that for now. Oh, there is actually another AT gun up on that hill. The positioning of these AT guns is really smart. It's kind of making it a bit of a problem for me. We got the Panzertruck in position anyway. I need to kind of swap over these Skijäger. These guys don't have smoke though, so I'm got a bit of trouble really where that's concerned. Right, the only way that we're going to deal with Shermans here is probably by bringing in a T-34-85 for the position where this Pak-36 is. I can also use my T-34s at close range, of course, but that is a little bit more risky. I'm just going to have all of my T-34s stay in cover. Maybe not on this side, because we can get shots onto the M2 half-tracks if I move forwards into this garden. So I'm going to try that. And there goes my AT gun. I probably could have moved it out of the way in time, but just sacrificed the poor thing. I just got to move this over, but not leave it in range of the tree line up here. Bring up a second one of those. We can just have two of them sitting and firing up the main road. I'm also going to need one on the left-hand side, so we'll bring one up here. And I might also bring up some Pak-40s. I really wish this was yellow cover, because that'd be really nice, but I think it's probably not, just for balancing purposes. Otherwise that'd be a really, really nice position to have an AT gun, like the majority of the game. Yeah, a lot of this isn't yellow cover. I don't think. Oh, yes it is. Okay, this stuff is. But this stuff specifically is not. Right, so we put some units here. I don't need the Skijager here, so I'm probably just going to have them run over to the right-hand side and join me in the town, just so I have an extra unit to work with. I'm going to want to try and make a move onto this point. That's going to require, I think, some artillery. So I'll bring in some mortars, I think. We can... Just trying to think where I want to put them. I'll probably put them in the back gardens of these buildings. That's a nice place to have them for sure. The other thing I do want to do is bring in a commander unit. And also I need to bring in some command specifically for the T-34-85 so they can engage the M4A2s from range. We do have 90% penetration with the T-34 versus the M4A2's 90 front armor. Just don't want to get side shot. That's the main thing. So I'm going to have to be careful how I approach this. I got a really nice shot here from the T-34. We're just covering off this reinforcing road. Very nice. I'll have that one move forwards a bit, and then I can have one kind of sit behind it. Lovely. Or the Skijäger here against the voltages out in the open. Oh, chews them up. Those poor French men getting annihilated by our infantry at that range. It's perfect range engagement. That's why I put them in this building specifically, because the opposing units have to run across. They can't engage at the 100-meter range, although I think those units in particular excel at longer range, just not on the move. Now we've got a couple 120mm mortars, which is good. We can use those to pin down the enemy units as we make a move into this area. So I'm going to start mortaring these buildings, and we're going to make a little push here with the Skijäger. Right, let's bring my half-track across. I'm going to have that sit on the main road. I'm not sure. Why is that not an able to attack move? That's really weird. Yeah, it's like that move order doesn't work. Anyway, what I'm going to try and do is just have it on the main road so that I can attack these units. And then, with all of those units pinned down, I can start pushing up with my Skijäger. I'm going to require some more, so we'll bring in just some normal Skijäger. And from here, what I'm likely going to do is probably bring in a Pack 40. This garden's actually not too bad. Is that actually in line of sight of the road? It is. You could put a Pack 40 there for sure. A little bit of lag in this game, which is why that shot didn't really land as it probably should have. I'm going to try and get into this building in time. Okay, just about in time, that's good. But that gives me a target for my mortars anyway. Let's just try and get rid of that. Oh, I do want to hit his mortars actually. They're a bit further back, so we'll go like that, and then I'll target the AT gun afterwards. I'm not sure if we'll kill the mortars doing this, but we'll give it a go. Alright, let's bring in the commander. That's the one thing I wanted. I'll bring it in closer to my mortars here so that I can give them the extra veterancy. And then I also wanted that command specifically. Actually, if I just put the commander here, I can give the command from the commander to the T-34-85s at the same time. So let's just put it in this building here. That's perfect. Alright. So let's make a little bit of a move forwards. I don't want these guys to be shot at by all of those Shermans if I move forwards. A T-34-85 I think took a few shots from the M4A2 here. I am being quite passive, but I'm just building up at the moment. As you can see, my division is built for Maverick, so in Phase B we get 180 points per minute, so playing it slow in Phase A is pretty normal. We've just got to basically set up our attack, keep as many units alive as possible, and then we're good to go. Right, with those M4s moving out of the way, I can actually move forwards this Skijäger, and move forwards my Panzerschreck. This isn't good for my... Okay, I'm going to move them back, I think. We do actually have a sniper in our command squads, so that's really nice. I'm going to have my T-34 on the main road. It might actually sort of cause them to bring some M4s onto the main road. They're saying that. We're going to get a free shot onto the M4A2 there. For some reason it's not firing back. I'm not sure if it's like on return fire or what, but... I'm going to unload this here. What does that have line of sight? I kind of want to move it over slightly. If we move it to the left and I press stop in the position I want it, it should be able to get the line of sight down the road. Yeah, it can. Okay, cool. So we're in position here. We just need to put mortar fire down here and mortar fire down here. And then what we'll do is bring in supply, since we're in B. And I can also bring in... Actually, let's move forwards my T-34-85 so that we are helping out our other one. These are 2-star T-34-85s. We should be able to do a lot of damage to these M4A1s. I can also bring my T-34 out onto the road, do plenty of damage. That track's broken and bailed out, so those two are dead. Unfortunately, my AA did get taken out, but we're going to reinforce our AA now. There is something on the way. But I'm just going to bring in all of my AA in this phase, and I'm probably going to bring in some more fighters in a sec as well. I can bring in one to just shoot down this recon. It's probably a good idea. Right, get nice close and personal with those voltages. That's going to surrender them. Job well done. And we're probably going to have to just retreat here. I do have the AA, I think, to stop the Yak-9. He's also doing the same thing because he knows it. That's good. Transmission damage should be fixed up on our T-34s. We are going to, however, be hit here by the M4s. And it looks like my ME-109 got shot down by the AA, so that's pretty tragic. Anyway, I need a way to deal with any M4s coming up the road. Or I can surrender those if I run towards them. Nice. Okay, that'll do. We'll go back into position. So the main thing I'm going to do is probably just bring a couple Pack 40s. One can take up the position that I had the T-34 here for, and the other one can probably just sit in the edge of one of these trees, or in these trees, or maybe in the building would be better. Yeah, this building, the back garden, that building's perfect. If I move to the left, I think I might get shots onto the M10s. Yeah, okay. At least one of them, which is good, because we don't want to be in line of sight of both at the same time. So we can get a nice clean shot in there. That's going to be 62% hit chance and 97% penetration. Hopefully he stays in line of sight so that we can get that second shot off. You can see with each shot, the accuracy gets better. That was pretty unlucky that we didn't hit there. I'm going to reverse into cover so that we don't have line of sight there anymore. Okay, my Skijäger are pretty much in perfect positions here. I just need to make sure that my command is covering them, so let's just move that up slightly. We will... Yeah, that's all good. Right, lovely. Just going to move up my AA. Like a big old wall of AA. And Pack 40s are arriving, so that's perfect. So main thing here is just making sure that they don't reveal themselves before I push them through the back gardens. Just trying to look here. It's really difficult to see sometimes which is cover and which is not. Let's just come down to here. And then I can probably make a push through from there to that back garden. This one's fine. I am going to try and counter battery their mortars as well, or whatever that is. Oh, my poor SD Kievz is being hit. There is some recon here somewhere. Because I wouldn't be able to see that otherwise. Because it is behind the building. So I'm just going to bring in some Skijäger. We're going to like walk through here. I'm also going to bring in some Fusiliers. These are recon infantry, really strong recon infantry. And they can clean out any recon very easily as well. It might be on this side. It's somewhere here, I think. Probably in one of these buildings. Based on how we got hit. Right, let's push this AT gun forwards. Hey, what's that even firing at? What does it even have line of sight on? Hello? Oh, shooting at the up onto the hill. Has line of sight onto the Oh, let's turn off APCR. We're wasting APCR shells on half tracks. That's not good. All right, push into position, lads. Alright, that's my AA going to work. That's quite nice. What would be better though is if I moved this back, this over, and then bring in some command. And they're going to get counter-batteried anyway, so we'll just move them out the way for the time being. All my infantry is good to go. Let's bring in all of these Stugs and we'll make a push out towards our enemy. I also need to make a push up that road at some point. Those mortars are annihilating my... AA. They don't like my AA at all. As long as I keep my big boys alive, I don't care the 37 mils on the back of these SDKFZs. I'm going to be very careful with how I do this. Oh, I actually managed to kill the Katyusha! Wow! My Pak 40 sniped it on the hill. That's incredible. Alright. Well, that works, I guess. These guys are being wrecked. Well, I'm going to move that T-34 forwards. I'll move this one forwards as well. I do need these guys actually to come over to the right, because that's where I thought the recon was. That's the word I was looking for. Well, this artillery is pretty oppressive. I'm going to buy my own. We'll start hammering back. I'm going to make sure it's off the road so that it doesn't get my reinforcements killed. And we'll go from there. Alright, this AA, I'm probably just going to keep here. It's fine. Alright, we killed that AT gun as well, that's good. Not quite sure this AT gun's in the position I want it to be. I want it to sneak forwards just a little bit more, so we'll let that do so. I want it basically to get into line of sight of these M4s as they make a little push forwards. I think that bomber might have actually ended up dropping its bombs. Yeah, the Pak 40 is dead. Goodbye Pak 40. Delayed explosives on those. That's fine. Gonna move my T-34 out as well. Hopefully we find the kill. Yes, nice. Okay, first kill from the first shot. And then I'll bring the T-34 around the corner to kind of bait the shots. Nice, gun jam. Let's kill the other one, please. You could shot the wrong one. Oh, that sucks. Oh, he bounced. He bounced. Okay, unlucky. Very lucky there. That's nice. These 2-star T-34-85s doing very well for me. I managed to hit these M4A3s very hard. They are very close to just annihilating my tanks, though. Not going to be long until they do. Well, that little push there was actually really good. We killed both of the M4A3 76s there as well. And let's start pushing back forwards on this left-hand side. I'm going to bring my T-34-85 out to the right. Or the 76, sorry. That can continue up the main road. I've got my Stugs here now, so they're all good. We can start mortaring this, actually. Let's go ahead and do that as we move forwards. These, I think I'm all going to bring over to the left-hand side, and then we'll just push across from here, like so. Oh, we got shots up the road with the Pak 40 here, but it is in line of sight of the Bofors, so it might actually die to those Bofors if I'm not too careful. I need to fall that back. That my opponent doesn't want his stuff to die there. I don't want my commander to die here either, so just got to be a bit careful with the positioning. This is okay. Nueve will get destroyed by my Skijäger anyway. We do also have machine guns coming in from the Ski Fusiliers. I might leave a Stug here I can move the T-34, 42 forwards as well. That ISU 152 is a little bit of a problem. Not too much we have to take that out. Let's bring in our KV-2s. This is absolutely awesome though, like T-34 on the main road. I bet that bridge looks cool. With the Shermans trying to come across it and the dead Shermans on the other side. Very awesome indeed. Let's just fast move that forwards. We might be able to surrender the infantry on either side. Right, let's start pushing forwards aggressively. We have those guys getting pinned down. Nice, T-34, please get that kill. Pretty important you do. Nueve should get pinned any second. I'm just reloading my guns. And we should surrender them at that range. Yeah, nice. Okay, let's continue to push through here. So we captured this point. We're about to capture this point. I do need to have my mortars hit their mortars. Ooh, this is an interesting engagement. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. I need my T-34 to fall back. It's lucky it bounced an ISU 152 shot. It's very lucky. I need to hit that command M4A2. Crew killed, nice. Let's move forwards and take a shot at the ISU 152. I need to basically turn off AP and HE for now until I get into a line of sight. I think I might have mistimed that. Oops. Oops. Never mind, my Stug can do the job. Yeah, we got it. Okay, cool. Plenty of penetration at that range. Perfect. Alright, let's take that bridge. That bridge is mine. It's all mine. And with that being the case, what we can do is bring in some half-tracks and try and push across the bridge, which would be good as well. My AT gun's still alive here, that's surprising. So we can push that back into the position it was in. T-34 is still covering that position as well. My AA is still doing fantastically because it's high veterancy. This AA, however, needs to be moved forwards. So that load of wounded M4 is dead. Lovely. Let's continue forwards here. I'm going to keep those Skijäger there, but we'll move the recon variants forwards. Oh boy, that T-34 is very dead right now. Although these Stugs are going to be able to fire across. Not too bad, not too bad. Engaging all of these different M4s at the same time. This one's going to want to make a run for it. Oh, it's dead. Well, there we go. Right, this Stug can probably make a move up the main road. We'll bring these to the side so that we can start engaging the M4A376. We're not doing too well against these M4A2s though on the left hand side. I'm surprised about that because the Stugs are normally really good against Shermans. Right, let's move that forwards. That's going to stay where it is. The Skijäger is going to come forwards as well. Any other units I'm leaving behind? I've still got the T-34 here. We've got to be a bit careful about that IS too. That's going to be scary. Oh, it can still fire even though it's got a turret stuck. That must be a decent position actually for the... I'm just going to RT it. I do have a bunch of Nebelwerfers, so if we bump into any hard targets I can just smash them with rockets. I think we might actually set up my Nebelwerfer battery now. That would be quite fun. So let's just let's put them in the trees. Get the Nebelwerfers going. Maybe not the best place to have them, but... Right, let's just move that back, because it can't fire at the moment. Might get killed because of that. No, okay, we got that out of line of sight, that's good. Let's move it back to the supplies. I need to move this one back to the supplies as well. This one shouldn't go forwards on its own, especially when it's panicked. This one's good in an ambushing position though, and this one also needs to get out of line of sight. We've got the mortars coming down. I'm probably just going to queue that command so we continue the mortar fire onto that road, because that's where the reinforcements are coming from. And what we're going to do in the meantime is I'm going to unload the Skijäger either side of the river, and we're going to make a little bit of a push across to try and secure these trees. I might just have these duck in to the side. These need to unload because they're going to get shot at. And we'll get them into the trees there, that's all good. We're kind of living life on the edge at the moment, I'm not going to lie. But this KV2, it's going to fire away. Oh, there we go, lovely shot. Oh well, didn't land anywhere near the SG. Still a derp cannon, guys, still a derp cannon. For those of you who play, I think it's World of Tanks, or no, the KV2 is a derp cannon. I think it's also the case in potentially War Thunder. They call that a derp cannon as well. Regardless, Stug 3 is taking its shots, and hopefully will hit the mark. Come on, Stug, don't let me down. He bounced the shot. Oh, nice. Killed one of the M10s. But the M4A3 is still alive. We can reverse into the buildings. Oh no, his crew got knocked out. That's really unlucky. Well, I wouldn't say it's unlucky. I would just say it's just typical of the position he put himself in. Anyway, can these guys get across the river? They can. Lovely. Right, so we're going to continue to push up here, although the bomber did just destroy one of my Skijäger pioneers. Let's just move these fellas up. Just as he's sending out his volunteers. That's nice, perfect timing. Let's bring up some more Skijäger on the left-hand side. Right, so I've got my last couple Stugs here. I'm going to move them up. That engine damage needs to be fixed, so we'll bring that back here. And I need to get a new supply vehicle in. I might bring one on the left-hand side as well. Right, these lot, they're all going to need their own supply. I should get some fighters in the sky. That's what I should really do. But that's a P-38 going down there. That's nice. Also, the Ski Pioneer, if you head up all the way back here, and they have sniper. They actually only have 2 rounds left. They've been doing a fantastic job. Wow, that's incredible. Oh, we're getting some nice shots in. Oh no, my KV2 got bailed. That's not good. Well, now the bombs are coming in. Yeah, I should definitely just have fighters flying around all the time. That would definitely help us out. And when we shot that down, so that's nice. These guys shouldn't surrender if the pioneers recover. This is going to have to reverse though. Okay, never mind. It's dead. I'm surprised how well these Shermans are doing versus my Stugs. Right, we're finally fixing up all of these units. So T-34 is ready to go again. That's great. And so is the Stug. So we're just going to have them push up nice and fast. This needs to get out of the way. Go hide, my friend, and that can just get into cover there. I might actually try and sneak this Opel Blitz up into range of the KV2 so we can get that back online. Ooh, we did lose control of that. That's not good, just because I don't have the infantry on the edge of the town. So we need to bring up a couple more, and I'm just going to stop that behind the building there so it can't reveal itself. Well, my ME-109 got shot down. There's a lot of enemy AA then, because that was just flying over my territory. I really need to take care of these tanks. Need the penetration there. We got 85% penetration and it bounced. Go on, boys, do your job. There we go, there's one down. Now to get the next one. And with those out the way, what we can do is put a lot of pressure onto this point again. I think I'm also going to resupply this sniper. Probably a good idea. Actually, let's just stop that a sec. Make sure we fix up that bailout. Nice, and then the KV2 can help that engagement nicely. I'm going to have the Stug stay in this back garden. That one's crew killed. I can't smoke it off with anything. I guess I could have my 120 mils smoke stuff off. But I'm probably just going to smash all of these lot with a big old nuclear strike from the Nebelwerfers. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to want to move them afterwards, so I'm just going to bring up my support trucks to go and pick them up. Oh, we actually managed to kill an IS-2. We sideshot that. Nice. Very nice indeed. Also, now I can bring up and resupply the sniper on the pioneers there. Can't wait to see these Nebelwerfers fire. That's going to be awesome. Let's unload these chaps, otherwise they're going to die for free. And we will get them into cover either side. A KV-2 is crew knocked. It's going to have to reverse. Okay, never mind. Oh, the units are coming across the bridge. Let's cancel the Nebelwerfer strike. Might put it onto the T-34-85s instead. Well, one of them's still firing. That's okay. I mean, it'll probably hit them as they fall back. Oh, that would have been a perfect strike, actually. Oh well. Well, they're not going anywhere anytime soon. I'm not quite sure what's doing so much damage to my T-34s here, but I need to get my KV-2 up this main road. We are in range to resupply the Ski Pioneer, but because they are in... I mean, what we could do is potentially save them with the Opel Blitz, but the Opel Blitz will likely get killed, so I'm not going to try that. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to hit those volunteers, and we're going to mortar this area. Right, go on, KV-2. Show us how it's done. Nice. Right, so there was a T-34 there. That was probably what was causing a lot of the issue. This one needs to go back and get reloaded. The one that's run out of supply needs to leave before it explodes. Oh, I also completely forgot about this artillery the entire game. That's embarrassing. Right, let's have them fire away. I'm sure some of you guys were just screaming at me to use that artillery. This looks bad, but it's not actually that bad, I don't think. Because I've still got the KV-2 in position. I think it's slowly but surely being cripped to death by the M4A2. I think that's what's happening here. I can probably get the T-34-42 to sneak up on that and just attack it at close range. That will probably do the trick. Let's see. We're getting cripped to death, boys. Oh, actually, let's not let the Avtomachiki run us down. Let's not let that happen. Alright. Bring out some planes. Hopefully we can get these bombing strikes. I'm gonna have to get my Opel Blitz back towards this KV-2. Is the KV-2 like still active? I think it can still move, yeah. It's fine. And we're holding on, boys. It's okay. My 122mm needs to move up. Ooh, there goes my supply. They haven't counter-batteried my Nebelwerfers, so that's okay. Let's see. Probably want to counter battery whatever this is, or we could just hit the other side of this bridge. That would be a good shout. Let's continue to move up here. I do also have my big old bombers that I can rely on if needs be. So let's just have my ME-109 leave, although it did just fly over all the enemy AA. That's so annoying. We're getting a lot of value out of our units. We really are. Like we're getting a lot of value right now. And my 120mm mortar also died. We've only got one left, that's not good. But I'm able to bring in the... That was there, that's good. Fix up the loader wound. My KV-2 did die. I do have this Stug available, so let's move that up. And this Stug's also in position. I'm just a little bit worried that they're going to just arty this, and then my Panzerschreck's going to be completely useless. Right, I'm just going to continue to send volleys on the other side of that bridge so they can never push it. Like, that's the plan. And just focus on taking back the left-hand side. We've got so many Skijäger just to get us through the late game. I feel like in some ways it might be better if we used Maverick, or not Maverick, if we used Vanguard deployment type, because then at least we have like 100 points per minute in the late game, which isn't too bad. I think that mortar though did actually kill my T-34 randomly, so that was unfortunate, unless it was a shot from up on this ridge somewhere, which could be the case, honestly. That transmission damage is fine. I think I'm just gonna like maybe start saving up for my bombers. I could do that. I might bring one in on this left-hand side, which bomb these units. There's a lot of units coming in there to that point. I do still have my Panzerwerfers, they're all good. Wait, did one of my... I do have 5... Where's the 5th one? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay, that one. That one that I moved forward to. Okay, that's fine. Gonna bring in my fighter, just in case. Right, this is 2 1,000 kilogram bombs, so hopefully they'll land. And we'll leave ASAP. Should just be able to brush off the majority of the AA. But this will do a lot of damage. Yeah, there goes a lot of the infantry that was in that area right there. Right now we can push on through. I'm just going to have the Skijäger actually just push up aggressively. There might be some infantry next to this half-track. I think the half-track's the main thing that's actually holding that. Oh no, the AA actually managed to kill my bomber. Well, that's unfortunate. Right, these Skijäger, they do have Panzerfaust, so that's nice. Good. Alright, that takes care of that. Oh no, the ammo crack as well. Moved up onto the hill with his T-34-85s. He's coming in with the smoke. Okay, that's not that bad for us. I'm going to bring in like the Skijäger. I still have the T-34 that I can move onto the road. So that's all good. And we're going to get my artillery to RT that. And then we'll continue to RT the main road. Let's have my Stück move forwards. And we'll move them to the edge. I can move my Fusiliers up actually. That'll help a lot. Probably just like, what would it be? Pioneers, maybe? Oh, did they... Oh, this is just that line of sight there is perfect. I thought they'd be fine behind the buildings, but obviously not. Either way, my artillery is going to probably do quite well there, which will be nice. I've got to be careful when the smoke dissipates though, because the line of sight down the main road will reveal my T-34 and I will lose out because of that. Let's just move back this unit. Allow the Fusiliers to keep engaging. That's all good. So we're holding back this point for now. We're currently 17 actually to 11. I haven't looked at the rest of the map, but it seems as though Thierman's doing okay on the left-hand side. Across this open area, he's managing to capture that for now. And on the right-hand side, wow, look at this push. The Axels are coming in with a lot of the Tigers there. Fantastic. Right. We are still in a little bit of a predicament. We are definitely being worn down here slowly but surely, but for the most of the game we were getting really decent trades. Got to be a little bit careful with this T-34. Just got to get it off the road, and then we're good. I'm just going to try and cross the road with these guys, and I'm going to replace them. Ooh, that's a bit dangerous. Keep hitting that hill, because it looks like he's going to move up onto that hill to try and find some kills as well. Van Dorn certainly making my life a misery. Do you have this gun still kind of able to shoot down the road, I think? Maybe I can move it over a little bit more and still be in cover. Yeah, that's still in cover on the edge there. That's really interesting. Yeah, we actually have perfect line of sight with that. That's nice. Alright, I'm going to move up a unit to resupply that then. And we still have our Nebelwerfers to fire away if we need to. So what I can do is probably just line up loads of Skijäger. We'll put some here, and I'll put some here. And the plan will be to Nebelwerfer this area and we'll go take the Battlegroup flag. We've got these guys that can come in and take these points for now. I'm going to have that fall back. This can move forwards. And that can actually provide decent support. This time Skijäger. They're in a bit of a tough spot. Oh, those sappers are going to get ripped to shreds. Love the MP44s, guys. Beautiful. Come out into to range of those units there and push forwards. Oh, now my Pack 40 revealed itself as being artied. But all of my infantry here is just decimating these sappers. They can't get anywhere. They really can't. It's just a bunch of half-tracks left at this point. Let's just keep arting that hill. And therefore my T-34 can come back out into the open and keep hitting those units. Oh, my poor Panzerschreck. I didn't even realise I had a Panzerschreck there still, but that artillery is going to be really annoying because it's going to unload a lot of my Skijäger as they come up. As you can see, it's going to unload that unit at least. I guess we can just have them walk forwards and take up certain positions, but we managed to wreck those units in the open, that's great. Let's now just move back into cover. Wait for this infantry to arrive. I could probably just pick that up with the Opel Blitz actually. That would not be a bad idea. Just so we can reposition it away from the artillery. Oh, there is a tank back there. Let's not get hit by that. Thank you very much. Who will arty that though? And then, okay, my Pack 40 is not getting in that. That's okay. We'll just move him into the back of that position again. Okay, we're ready for the Nebelwerfer strikes. So let's get them down. One there. We'll put one just behind. And I'll probably put one like here. And I'm going to have one unload and just start running towards that position already. But the rest are going to stay in half tracks or in the Opel Blitz because I need to just go and fast move them towards that objective when they're ready to go. Oh, these ones being fired at already. That's not good. Alright, come on Nebelwerfers, do me proud. I'm going to also mortar that area where the DMAs are coming in. So these should get into cover in time. They might have to stop briefly. That one's in a bit of an awkward position. Oh, mistimed that slightly. Oops. Well, see if one... Oh no, there's still an M5 half-track there. That's unfortunate. Nearly worked. Nearly worked. Just wasn't enough stuff pinned down. I'm going to use that one Opel Blitz to resupply all of them. I guess I could have also used the artillery, but I'm just trying to make sure that my T-34 and stuff can do its work. Oh, the T-34 I think reversed into a position where it could be shot from the hill. So I managed to snipe my unit there, that's not good. Oh well, we are still making ground here. I just need to use the cover of the building to get my Panzerfaust into a position of this. Although I'm going to have artillery coming down on it soon enough. It is in corrected shot range, so it should be there any second. Yep, cool. And with that pinned or killed, we can definitely move up. Yeah, nice. Let's bring in some Martyrs actually. I completely forgot I had Martyrs. And one thing I might be able to do is move my AT gun into a position where it can shoot up the hill to kind of counter what they're doing. Right, let's get my mortars to come down here. We'll hit that with my heavy artillery as well. And in the meantime, I'll just hide behind these buildings with the Skijäger. I probably want to move up my command again. Wonderful. If I am moving up that command, I might move up the AA as well. I need like a fast vehicle that can go and surrender all that stuff. I'll bring in another one of my T-34s here. And I guess we could probably bring in some more Skijäger for the town. So we are continuing to contest this. Currently 1 minute and, actually now 3 minutes and 38 seconds until our opponents are defeated. Currently my Skijäger is still annihilating more sappers. So switch these squads around, just going to have these fall back. Need to get more into range. I think that's going to blow up my Skijägers nonetheless, unfortunately. Right, we'll have those Skijägers come across. I killed one unit. Hopefully killed that unit. Hopefully don't have any grenades left. Alright, they're dead. Nice. Simple. Just got to move forward this guy, and then we should be able to hide behind those buildings again. Push that to our favour. Very good. Just going to RT this area, and I'll keep the mortar coming down there, the heavy mortar, my 120mm. Although I might want to move this out the way of the 120mm, just so in case it gets counter-batteried. I do have machine guns on these pioneers. I could definitely move them to the edge here. And this poor recon squad's going to get annihilated. Right, my AT gun's only in position as well. I could probably move that up. Might leave one of these in line of sight of that bridge, actually. Well, let's turn off APCR if we're going to do that. No APCR shells, boys. Not worth it. Now you can turn it back on. What have we got line of sight on? Oh, we're shooting all the way through to the artillery there. Nice. Very nice indeed. That pioneer's going for the surrender. That's good. We are hitting this area as well, so hopefully we can take out whatever is causing that contesting on that flag there. Just hoping my mortar doesn't accidentally hit the man. Oh no, his infantry just got pinned down in time. That was unlucky. But that is victory. Very, very fun game actually. That was 41 minutes and 51 seconds. We leveled up. Lovely jubbly. And if we jump over to team score, well, yeah, I think we did definitely do quite well. 4,860 kills to 3,180 losses in the late game where I had Maverick. I was struggling to kind of keep up with the amount of units that were coming my way, but we made them pay for every push that they made. I definitely should have utilized my heavy artillery sooner. That would have helped me out a lot, but forgot about that. Jagdsource though, fantastic kill death, 4,740 kills to 1,670 losses, bringing over his prowess from Steel Division Number 44, that's for sure. And Theoman also holding his own across the open. But yeah, well played to our opponents, definitely kept the pressure up. I was a little bit worried that I would break in the town there, but the Skijäger with their really good infantry certainly held on well. We'll probably see a lot of kills from the Skijäger actually. Yeah, this one just like 2 for 1 is just nice anyway. That T-34 getting shots onto the reinforcing road for a very long time was nice. Managed to use my ME-109 G6R4 to kill the Yak-9 Normandy and Piper before it got shot down, so that's okay. This T-34 also did well, very well actually, killed a M4A376. My T-34-85s, I made this one pay off very nicely. Killed the IS-2 1943, that's a hell of a kill. T-34-42 there. Look at this Skijäger. 6 units of infantry. Like, for 1 unit of infantry. That's pretty disgusting. That's how good MP44s can be at that, like, 300 meter range. Also, my 150 mils, well, they were actually killing the tanks. I didn't even notice that. T-34-85, M4A376, that corrected shot really doing a lot of damage. So that's very nice. Those 150 mils paying off. The Nebelwerfers didn't do too much. They just helped us pin down units. They aren't terribly effective in this game, but just nice to have. Gotta love the sound they make when they fire. In terms of what came back at us, the M7 Priests killed off 2 of my T-34s there. And they were pinning down my AA very hard at the start with their artillery. That was difficult to deal with. Then the abundance of M4A3s certainly got the better of us for a little while. Then it was really Night Fright's T-34-85 1943s that were killing a lot of my tanks from up on that hill. The move that he made up onto that hill was really smart. Like, I didn't really consider it. Like, after I killed the AT guns on that ridge successfully, after they kept trying to put them up there, I didn't expect him to actually put up tanks there, which definitely caught me off guard and killed quite a lot of units. But either way, that is that. Really awesome game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Please remember, as always, the deck codes are in the description. I have a Google Doc there which has all of my deck codes available, including the first Skijäger, so check that out. Also, make sure to follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/VulcanHDGaming if you want to catch my streams. And finally, make sure to join my Discord if you want to join in with some of these games. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.